This is the award-winning Teleblock News, the #1 primetime newscast in the country.
Good evening, I'm Leslie Griffith. George Watson is off tonight. In Berkeley tonight, things are quiet after a confrontation last night between police and renters at controversial Barrington Hall. Faith Fancher is in Berkeley tonight with a story and some dramatic pictures of last night's disturbance. Faith.
Leslie, first we'll show you what residents are doing tonight. They began a meeting about an hour ago, about 100 of the Barrington residents and their supporters at a place away from Barrington Hall, trying to decide what their next step is going to be. And right now they're still discussing this latest chapter in the long and troubled history of Barrington Hall, a violent incident that pitted Barrington Hall against Berkeley Riot police. The violence erupted last night in front of Barrington Hall. A neighbor taped this home video. It happened after Berkeley police were called in to break up a loud party. Barrington residents said it was really a poetry reading with quiet music. Barrington security guards said the residents were in violation of a court order forbidding public gatherings. Berkeley police moved in to clear out Barrington Hall. Then angry residents spilled out into the street and started a blazing bonfire using their furniture. Berkeley police then called it a riot.
As the fire department attempted to put the fire out, they ran into problems with people throwing rocks and bottles and bricks at them. And as a result, the officers took the street to try to protect the firemen.
Berkeley police said they were hit with flying bricks and bottles. One firefighter was hurt and 10 police officers injured. But residents tell a different story. They said police used excessive force, beating people with batons, macing them, and injuring several.
This is what they did to me.
Oh my God.
Come on, we have to go. We have to go. And then we're going to go to the hospital.
How'd that happen with the knife?
I'm the house health worker. No, it was a door that they pushed over on me.
The police formed the line in the downstairs, pulled out their clubs, and started sweeping the downstairs area of Barrington. They moved towards us. We linked arms to stop them. Then the police said, whoever the sergeant was in charge, said, put your clubs in jabbing motion, and proceeded to jab people really hard. I saw at least one woman who went down. I'm sure she had a concussion. We dragged her outside. They grabbed one guy, wrestled him to the ground. They pushed us and beat us and clubbed us mercilessly, and we were being completely nonviolent.
Berkeley police held a news conference this afternoon to explain their handling of last night's situation. Angry residents came in and demonstrated. This afternoon, Barrington Hall was quiet. Security guards refused our request for entrance to see the damage that residents said the police did to their homes. The question of whether police used excessive force or residents went on a rampage is very hard to answer. We got several conflicting views today.
I thought that the cops handled themselves really well under the circumstances. They were dealing with bottles and rocks being thrown at them, and they handled themselves with a lot of restraint.
They were hurting people that were not doing anything, and I was frightened.
I saw police trying to forcibly eject relatively calm people from a building. When they started to get violent, the people got upset, tried to rush the police. That's when the nightsticks got used.
Barrington Hall is quiet tonight, as you can see. Security guards are making sure of that. There are only 18 legal residents, the co-op that owns Barrington Hall told us, that are allowed in and out of the building. They are considered the legal residents. But the cooperative is ultimately trying to shut down Barrington Hall. Eviction notices were served in January, but the 18 people who remain are fighting against that eviction. The co-op says it wants to get rid of Barrington Hall completely, maybe turn it into a homeless shelter. The residents say they want to keep the counterculture history of Barrington Hall alive. Leslie?
Okay, Faith, thanks a lot.